Welcome
Yeah.
to Sip Slow Podcast. It's your boy, Mr. Money Don't Sleep. So T Weezy can't rest.
Happening, fellas. It's your boy J Dub, man. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yes, sir. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. That's your boy Al.
Yes, sir, man. Like y'all said, man, happy Father's Day. You know, even to the stepdaddies, you know what I'm saying?
And the,
Gotta
and the moms out there doing it on their own too.
right. We gotta respect them, man. So shit, man. What y'all boys sipping on today?
Man, nothing here. We had a basketball tournament, man, in San Antonio.
Okay.
Man, I'm sipping on a little H2O. I'm at work, so can't drink on the job.
No, man, they got you. Father's Day, you out there on the grind.
Yes, sir, man. It's just another day, but I get off at 3:30, so I can go chill with the wife and son when I get to the crib.
Okay.
Hey, man, get a chance to enjoy your first Father's Day. That's what's up.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try. I'm gonna try.
Well, I ain't sipping on nothing. Matter of fact, man, I was on that Jack and
Yeah.
some coolers yesterday and shit. And I woke up a little woozy. Shit. So
Damn, boy.
I'm trying to get it together. You know what I mean?
So you was on that Jack, the gentleman Jack with Jack.
I just regular Jack Daniels Black Label and with a little Coke, and then my father-in-law brought some Coors Banquet, and I guess I still about 3 or 4 of them things, and got back to the house and sipped some more, maybe one more cup, and yeah, I was lit. But
Oh, good.
yeah, I was lit, man. So we had uh we had went over to my wife Annie's house, and guess they did a little cooking for the father. So a
Nice.
little fish fry and shrimp, little crab fried and all that. So we had a good time yesterday. Yes, sir.
It was going down over there.
Yeah, we was over there in Mo
Huh?
City, Ridgemont 4. You know what I'm
Uh,
Oh, Trader Drew that old Zero didn't
saying?
stop
Yeah.
by.
yeah.
Nah, they ain't pull up, man. Yeah. So shoot, how
Wow.
y'all week been, man?
Man, the week been pretty good. Been up and down, just trying to get things done. But hey, overall, that's a good week. Thankful.
Okay. Okay, Al.
Yeah, we've been kind of busy for me, man. So everybody is out there. I guess nobody really spoke on Juneteenth. So happy belated Juneteenth to everybody as well. Ain't nobody really talk about that much, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Al, man, you got a free game for us?
Yeah, yeah. Some old that we all should know, but just kind of putting it back out there as a refresher. Nobody wants to wait. Everybody wants. Hold up. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back.
All good, man. You at work.
Got to get myself together. Let me drink a little H2O. Hold up. All right, we back in here. So everybody wants to be heard, but nobody wants to listen.
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna break it
Everybody
down a little
wants
bit
to
for
be
you.
heard. Yeah, come on.
See, everybody want to put their little 2 cents in. They want to speak their mind, talk their stuff. Everybody likes to talk. They wants to be heard, but yet when it comes to them listening, they ain't got time for it. And that's the problem with a lot of people today. It's easy to talk, but it's not so
Yeah.
easy to listen. But what you don't understand is there is a difference between hearing and listening too. So that's another story for another day.
Mm.
But
Mm.
you're supposed to be able to. You got 2 ears, you got one mouth, so you're supposed to be able to hear and listen twice as much as you talk, but that's not the case.
No, it's definitely not the case. Definitely. Uh, we appreciate that free game, man.
Yeah,
Doug, man, what's on your mind this today?
man. What's on my mind, man, is just the fact that we celebrate Juneteenth uh, as what's considered free, and yet we still living in a world where free is seems foreign to us. You know, we think we have all these opportunities, and you know, everything is equal, and yet we still behind the eight ball. So we right now we just celebrating the day, but I do appreciate the president honoring and making it now a holiday. Uh, some credibility to it, but for the most part, man, I'm just tired of knowing that we've gotten freedom and yet we still live somewhat enslaved.
Okay. That was my thing I was gonna talk about was how y'all felt about Juneteenth becoming a holiday, but you brought it on to the table. So I thought it was a nice gesture, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with having a day off and hopefully be paid for. So nothing wrong with it, but it's still just a gesture in my book. Man, what you think about that, Al?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. The same thing. It's a big thing for a lot of people, but it's a great gesture. That's the best way to put it. You said it right. It's a great gesture, and it does help when you're actually able to get off with pay. But as you can see, I was at work yesterday as well, so it really didn't matter much to me.
Well, my wife works for the government, and they had sent the email out and was like, they gonna see if they gonna let them off. And she said they came back and said it was a little, short of notice. So I told her I figured that. I figured it'll probably, come into effect, next year. So uh, hey, I don't know. Like I said, it's a good gesture. So we'll see how it go. Can you hear me, Al?
Yeah, I can hear you. You good?
Okay. All right, man. So you are listening to the Sip Slow podcast. Um, we see that a Virginia Tech football player is accused of killing his Tinder match after finding out he was a man. He, what you think about that first, Al?
Man, I might have to get you to break some of that down. When I read it, the way I understood it, that he found out later that it was a man posing as, I guess, an Angie. But
Right,
I could have sworn I read something. Now, I've been a little busy, but they had some sexual acts first.
right.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I wasn't tripping. So my thing before we dive in, how in the hell you not know it was a man prior to? I think what happened is you got caught. You didn't want it to get out, so you had to kill him. But I'm gonna let y'all go in.
I was understanding the same thing, man. How you gonna go ahead and start? I'm assuming what the foreplay is, and then not realize that he may be standing the same way you standing, and then all of a sudden you want to kill the man. Come on now. He felt embarrassed. That's what it was. He felt embarrassed, and I think his only resolution was, let me go ahead and take this dude out so nothing will come out. Now he facing you know problems in his life.
uh, well, that's why I sent the picture in the group today to give a little more context to it, because you know I think nowadays with all the surgeries and things, you might could get food, but when you take it to the sexual act, now I don't understand how you getting caught up like that. To me, is if you, I understand there's probably women out there that like to do fellatio, right? You know, but I'm a want the whole package. You feel me? I don't, you know, that's just a little starter pack. No, I want to go in. So
That's the appetizer, bro. That's not even the entree.
right. So then when you get to that level, I'm sure it's women into, anal sex. But now you gotta get the wondering like, well, I mean, the average woman just ain't giving you anal sex on the first night. So I would think that
Hell no.
if you make it far, it gotta be some type of red flag in my mind would pop up, and I kind of feel like y'all. So he went there the first time. They did whatever they did, and then you go back.
Couldn't get enough.
So he couldn't get enough. So you didn't find out about the situation until you went back. So I'm kind of leaning with y'all. I think the brother maybe snapped in two and was like, "Man, I'm out here messing with a dude," and him being a football player, he didn't want to have that ridicule. So you know he flipped out and stumped the man. So. But let me ask y'all this: do you think, uh, what I guess we say transgender men, should they be charged with something for fooling men? What y'all
Oh
think about
wow,
that?
that's a
Because
issue on that, T.
Man, that's a great
I
question,
I don't
man.
Oh no, man. Charged? I don't
I,
know. That's
I
tough.
think so, man. Because you playing with people, man. That and you playing with your own life. Just to be honest with it, because the average man, like I say, I think that with surgeries and implants, and I heard they can even shave your Adam's apple down and all this shit. You know, you in the club, you probably just it might be hard to spot out a transgender person. So I think they need to be upfront, and if the dude want to get down like that, that's his business. But for you to be, you know, fooling the person, I think you should be charged with some type of crime, man. A misdemeanor, something, because that's real.
Well, the thing is that they would have to come up with a charge first. You know what I mean? Because yeah, they should have some kind of. I know what you said, some kind of reprimand, some kind of consequence. But they would have to. I'm trying to see what would be the charge.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what the charge would be, but it has to be something to make these people not, make them think twice before they just lie to a person like that.
Like a misdemeanor charge for posing as a woman.
No, not the posing as a, well, I don't know how you would word it that, but fraud. That's what it should be. Fraud.
Fraud. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I think that would fit in there. You scamming just like these cats with the PPP loan, Pete, whatever you call it. You scamming.
So see what you think. Maybe like just a fine or some jail time, prison time. What you thinking?
First offense should at least be a fine, and then if you keep getting charged, a little 30 days or something in jail, something, man.
Well, I ain't gonna say, I get where you're coming from. I ain't gonna say I agree with a charge because there's still other men out here who who's come off as one thing, and then they not. I mean, it could be like, oh, he look like he got money. He dry this, he dry that, and he living or wearing these type of clothes. He do these type of vacation trips, but he he ain't got no house. He don't own nothing. Different things like that. So
Right.
I mean that can come off, and a lot of times, let's be honest, guys use a front. We gonna put our dress up and look the best, got the nice gear. A lot of talk a good game, but not everybody is living that game. That'll come off differently to a woman, and vice versa. If a woman is dressing a certain way, got all this, and yet when it boils down to it, you find out differently. I mean, at the same time, it's almost like the same fraud. So I don't agree with a charge, but it is some fraud and some uh, kind of over promising and under delivering. Under delivering seems like with situations like this.
It's kind of I'm kind of if I had to take a side on this, I would probably ride with T on this one, man. It had to be some kind of reprimand to kind of cut some of this shit out because it's trickery, man. It's deception, and then we see, unfortunately, how things can end when that stuff happens. So to keep a lot of this unnecessary, you know, murder, beat down, and all other stuff that can happen, put some kind of something in place to kind of shut it down a little bit. I'm just gonna say that, leave it right there.
Yeah. I hear what Jason is saying, but to me, it's a different level. When you're talking about a man, fooling a man to mess with him or whatever, a relationship, whatever you got going on. I think that's a different level than a woman being a gold digger and find out that the dude don't have no money or portraying the lifestyle that he's portraying. So uh, maybe one day we'll see some type of charge or something come for it or something be done about it. So uh, y'all good on that?
Yeah, well, I'm good on it. I'm good.
All right, man. You are listening to the Sip Slow podcast. I saw where Destiny Child had a song called "Cater to You," and it was about women catering to their man and you know making them feel good. Uh, but now I see that they want to cancel that song. We living in cancel culture right now. So, Al, man, why do you think modern women are against catering to a man?
Uh, Before we
Or do
dive
you
in,
think
well, yeah, before it can go both ways. So I say before we dive in, I think there's a certain type of woman that feel as though she shouldn't cater to a man, where there are other women that don't mind doing it. So I'm gonna start there before we dive in.
okay? Well, man, I think that I think things have changed so much. For as say our grandmothers and great grandmothers, they were just different women. A lot of them stayed at the house. Uh, had a lot of five, six, seven, eight children back then, and they held the house down. They probably didn't work because the man did that. It was more of a structure. I think nowadays, women, women want to. They working now. They empowered, which is nothing wrong with that, and they get to feeling like I guess they don't really need a man, so why even cater to him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's a lot of those ones that's quote unquote independent.
Hmm. Yeah. Uh, do you want to be catered to?
Yeah, I don't mind every now and then being catered to. I mean, I ain't saying I want it all the time, but every now and then a man wants to be catered to by his significant other, spouse, wife, whatever the case may be. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. But these quote unquote empowered, strong minded women, and not all of them, they feel
Mhm.
now because they make their own money, and in some cases they make more money than their man. So you got that too. If they making more money
Right.
than their man, they're probably not gonna cater to him. They're gonna probably want him to cater to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Uh, man, I know you've been out there in the world a lot more and dealt with all types of women. Do you think some women really want a man?
When you, when
Or
you say want a man,
let me say, let me make it clear. Do they want a husband or a relationship?
well, that's the thing. A lot of those that we're speaking on now, the ones that don't want to cater, they're not looking for it's nothing serious. They're not looking for a husband. Hell, not even a boyfriend for that matter. They kind of just want to hang out and do whatever and keep it moving. They're not trying to settle down with one guy. So yeah, that mostly those kind are not gonna settle down and cater to anybody because they're not on that. A lot of them out there now, they'll tell you quick they're not looking for that. That's just not what they own.
Hmm. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird to me. You know, I always tell my wife like, you say you got these songs nowadays that's just it it make selling pussy cool. It make being a hoe cool. It's just me and you right now, so we're gonna talk like we on the phone. We're gonna keep it real. Now, that's the way I be looking at. Like these songs be just it's crazy, and now you will have these younger girls listening to this shit. Like City Girls, uh, Megan Thee Stallion. You got
Cardi B,
uh, Cardi B, uh, and then every lady rapper. They all kind of talking that same. Well, majority of them talking that same type of talk.
right?
So when you keep hearing this stuff every day, it gotta sleep in, it's in your mind. You know, whether it's subconsciously it's in your mind. So that's what you think about do you think that causes some of this problem?
I think a lot of people can be influenced by music and what type of things they listen to and people they're around. I mean, but you have to be a man or a woman, whatever the case may be, on your own. You can't let this stuff influence you. But I agree. I think a lot of that's going on now, especially for the younger women, when they listen to that and they hear that it's cool to your body and it's wet and all this craziness, it gets to their head and that's what they feel. That's what's up. They see them with these nice cars and all these different guys, and they want that too. So they want to be the next Cardi B or the next Megan Thee Stallion or whoever. So yeah, I think music has a lot of influence on how these younger crowds, not just younger, everybody. I think
Right.
music has a lot of influence on people's thoughts.
And tying it to back to this is that I think most of those songs is, hey, give me this, give me that. I'm gonna put this on you, and you know, so therefore, this shit in your head all day. No, you ain't trying to cater to no man. I don't know if you know this rapper. She from the West Coast, named Sweetie. She was with
Hmm.
Quavo, and she was like, if a nigga can't get you a Birkin bag, you don't need that nigga. Well,
Wow.
a Birkin bag, from 30 to 50 G's. You know, what average nigga out here? Well, we just talked about nigga last week. So what average man out here is dropping 40, 50K on a purse?
Hey, I'm not hanging around none of them, so I don't know where they at.
I don't know what they had either, you know. So right there, you dealing with a different type of brother or
Real talk.
man, you know. So it's all of these type of thoughts and things that's be put out there that I think, you know, women just like, well, just got away from things, man. And I don't think it's just for the best either, you know. It,
I agree, man. I think some of these women, like, they don't want to be, like you say, the old school woman. They don't want to be, as a quote unquote, barefooted in the kitchen cooking, having babies. That's all. So they want to go out and have careers and buy the finer things in life. And that's all cool. I'm cool with those type women, empowered women. It's the ones that you speaking on now, to where you fix your mouth to say, I got to drop at least 30 G's just so we can talk.
mm,
I wouldn't care if I was a billionaire. Once I hear that, that's a wrap. Like, you basically telling me what it is right there. You don't care nothing about me. You looking at my checkbook. You looking at my
right.
bank account. So yeah, I'm gonna have to hurry up and dismiss you. So some woman like that, they'll never cater to you. So I think women don't have a problem with catering to that man. I just think, again, it's the type of woman you're dealing with.
Yeah, I feel you. You know, and hey, I think it, you know, it go both ways. We have to cater to one another, you know, but uh shit, like you said, I don't mind being catered to and you know, felt respected and loved. Shit, I don't mind it at all.
Ain't
So
nothing wrong with it.
ain't nothing wrong with it at all. You are listening to the Sip Slow podcast. Shit, Al, do you think Father's Day should be respected like Mother's Day? I know this is your first Father's Day, and I imagine it's an exciting time. But you know, it'll be even better once your son can, you know, talk to you and
Right.
you know, yeah. But I think that Father's Day should be respected in the same manner, but it doesn't. It's like average people just Father's Day is kind of a afterthought, you know.
Mm.
Shit, why you think that is?
Man, it's always been that way for me growing up, and just in general. I think it's, you know, everything about the ladies. It's unfortunate to say that for the men, but yeah, it's really, when you go at Mother's Day. I mean, people coming in from different countries and states to see mothers, and big gatherings, and everyone happy. Father's Day, a lot of time you might hear Happy Father's Day 2 days later. You like, damn.
Yeah,
Now I've never been a father, but I've talked to a lot of them, and they just say that they're not respected, and it should be. Now, will it ever happen that way? I don't see it, but it would be nice if it could be even. But nah, I don't, I don't see it ever being that way.
no, I don't think so either, man. It's and I don't think so. All right, let's look at it like this. All right, you got your wife. Did you get her something for Mother's Day or
Yes, sir.
anything? What? How did you?
Well, for
Okay,
her, yeah. Well, basically, okay. I wanted to hear your thoughts on that Mother's Day thing, how that works,
okay,
because some men think Mother's Day is just strictly for their mother and not so much their wife. Like you see, I'm kind of new to this, but I did get something from my wife to answer your question. But I want you to go a little further and tell me how you see that for as Mother's Day. Is it just strictly for that mother in your life, or that wife? Because y'all have children together. What's your thoughts on that type thing there? Are you a mute, 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 mute? I can't hear you.
I think you should acknowledge your wife, right? Because she did, you know, she had your children,
Okay.
and I, you know, so hey, if your children is not grown or working, obviously, well, you're gonna probably have to buy a gift for them to give to your wife, and she know the game. So
Right.
uh, I took my wife out on that Saturday. We all, family went out to eat. Uh, I think Sunday we had, got some little fly, like it's a candy bouquet anyway, and some fly. I mean, and some balloons. And I felt like that was good. It's at the end of the day, you not my mother. That's how I see it. But now she felt that I kind of should have spent most of my day with her. I mean, what you think about that?
Now, see, that's the problem I had. Not with me. Just talking to different fathers and married men, some of them, dating, whatever. To answer your question, I think what you did was great for your wife. I mean, the time you took out to do what you did for buying, the stuff for your kids and, stuff from you. And I don't think it should have been an issue with you going to spend time with your actual mother because that is your actual mother. So I haven't had that problem. I'm still new to this, but my thoughts is, yeah, I'm gonna do something for my wife because she is the mother of my son. But then she does have to understand my mother is the first lady of my life. So she is my mother. And she just has to understand whatever that's going to entail, whether me taking her out to eat or just hanging out with her, whatever, she gonna have to be cool with that. We just gonna have to have that conversation and hopefully it goes smooth because that's still my mother at the end of the day.
That's right, and she has a mother, right? So you need to go spend time with your mama. You
Real
know,
talk.
and then let's just be honest, man. Time is moving. You
Yeah.
know, I know I'm damn near 40, you 40, and I remember a time my mom was 30 some years old. Now look up, she's 64. So anytime your mother is still or your parents are still left here, you got to try to spend as much time as you should. I mean, people put a lot of emphasis on a certain day, but man, this should be Mother's Day 365 days out the year. You feel me? It should be Father's
Real
Day
talk.
same way. And uh, so, with that being said, you know, it's Mother's Day. My mother is here still. Well, I'm gonna go spend it with my mother. I mean, hey, I didn't took you out and acknowledge you and showed you love, but yeah, I'm gonna go spend it with my mother because you hate to be in that situation to where your mother or your parents are gone and you wishing you would have did certain things that you can't do right now because they gone. You know what I mean?
And that's real. I got some
And
buddies that would tell me that. They was like, man, anytime you have your mother here like that, man, cherish it. So, and not just like you say, not just Mother's Day, because they don't have their mother. Their mother not here. So Mother's Day for them is a downtime. They don't
right,
really want to be bothered. They kind of just stay in the house. They don't want to talk on the phone much. So he like, man, anytime you got a chance to spend time with your mom, spend time. And you made a great point. My mom, like you said, you remember the 30s and 40s, man, it's crazy. My mom
mm,
finna be what, 71 on the 23rd.
man,
June 23rd, she be 71. So yeah, I can't be playing like that. I love my mom to death. So, and not to say you can't pass at a younger age. I'm just saying she's getting older. And if my wife don't understand that, we're just gonna have to have that conversation. But yeah, I
right.
think it's all right to hang out with the mom.
So the back on we kind of got a little off topic, but see now, do you think women uh, show us the love like we show them on their day? I don't think so, man. I you know I don't think so. And what you think about that? You
Well,
think you going on to some gifts and You know, at least rub my shoulders. At least to get that tension out them shoulders for me. What you think, Al? You gonna go home to some catering too?
Well, nah, I'm gonna say this. I'm not, but to be fair, it's not her fault. She asked me a week ago, and Father's Day coming up. I wanted to do something for you. I wanted to get something for you. Is there something particular you want? Blah blah. So she tried to do what she wanted, something for me, and I was like, nah. I mean, I'm good. It's my first Father's Day. Just knowing I got a son, I'm good with that. We can just hang out the crib and chill. So
Okay.
I actually shot it down. So I can't really put that on her. That's on me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and I'm not. Of course, I said it earlier. I love to be thought of. It's really a lot of the thought because putting time and effort into doing something for somebody, that's big, just putting the time in, right? So,
Exactly.
but like I said earlier, yeah, I like to be catered to. So I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Yeah, I would like to have something, but uh it's not a great big thing, man. Long as you can be here with your family and your kids and they know you, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, man. So uh you are listening to the Sip Slow podcast, man. Did you check out that game last night? Game 7. They say that's one of the most exciting times in sports. So uh did you check it out?
I caught it a little here and there, but I caught the most important time was the fourth quarter and the overtime. Man,
Yeah.
I'm still feeling down for my boy KD, man. The man,
Fuck
he had no
KD.
gas left, man. He was out of there.
Fuck that. Fuck that. I want to say nigga, but
What's up with
uh,
that? Talk to me. Why you don't? What's wrong?
yeah, nah, man. I was trying to say nigga, but well, this the way I see it. You know, it seems like he's very arrogant. Now I don't know the brother personally,
Okay.
and it's all about really basketball. It's nothing. I don't know the man,
Okay.
but he be on Twitter. You know, I know you're not on Twitter, but like he'll like stuff with people talking down on somebody, and then at one point he had like a fake account, like a burner phone, and they caught him.
Wow.
He'll get off some wild shit, you know. So anyway, but on a basketball level, like, all right, you had a nice squad with Oklahoma City, you know, and you left, and now you go to the best team in the league, you win your two, then you come over here and form another super team. So uh with James Harden going down, I mean, well, Harden went down, Kyrie Irving went down. Well, this was his time to really be the man. And before game 5,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Man.
man, before the game, that day, I was like, riding around driving the truck. I'm like, man, really, KD he gonna have to step it up. He gonna have to put up maybe 50. Because he didn't have. I didn't. They said Harden wasn't going to play, but he did end up playing. But you could see that he didn't have it.
Yeah, he was just a
And
shell of himself.
KD, he went out there and did what superstars do. But uh, so anyway, uh, he did his thing. Y'all had game 7 at the house last night, and it was a great game. But nah, I didn't. I didn't. I wasn't. I didn't feel bad for him. Imagine if LeBron would have been over there hugging on his mama after he lost the game. Come on, man. They'd be memeing and talking all kind of stuff about it, man. Like, you're a grown ass man. What you doing?
I guess, man, what I was saying, like you say, he did step up. I think it was game 5. Yeah, game 5. The man put up 49 points. He did. He played the whole game. Didn't come out not one time. You can't maintain that level of play 3 games straight, man. He tried to do it game 6. They got blown out the water. So now game 7, it came down to one shot. Now, I personally don't think he should have been doing a fadeaway 3. That's just me.
But
You
he
got
hit
a
that.
small guy, huh?
He hit that one to send it into overtime, though.
I thought that was a bad shot. You
It
know,
was
it was a bad shot. You can't do no turnaround jump at the 3 ball, and really, you stepped on the line.
right.
Fading away, my thing is this: you got Drew Holiday. You're like at least 4 inches taller than him.
Right.
Take it to the bucket. All he can do is foul you. Either it's a 3-point play or it's a bucket.
Right.
Why go for it all on one shot? Maybe because he was tired and he's like, you know what? I ain't got nothing left in the tank. If I hit this, I'm a superhero. If I miss it, I'm going home. Maybe that's what he came up with.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know.
Do you think that was a good shot selection?
No, I don't think so. I think he should have. He might should have even passed it.
Yeah, that works too.
Uh, and then James Harden, I know you hurt, but yeah, you got to step up too. So I don't know. I heard Harden say, "Well, if we had been full strength, it would have been a different story." But you know, that brings up another thing I want to mention.
All right.
Uh, we always talk about championship, like who won the championship, this player, that player. Winning a championship is so hard. When you just put it
Yeah.
in perspective, man, like, okay, if the Nets was healthy, I'm sure they would have won it. But it's so many factors into getting to that championship, man, that you got to really appreciate the people that made it, but also people that didn't win it. Man, it's a lot of factors that go into that. So I had thought about that. I said I wanted to mention that.
Yeah, I think it takes, like you say, some great play. We know the normal stuff it takes, but the other stuff that people don't mention, sometimes it take a little luck.
Without
Sometimes
a
it take a
doubt.
little luck or some being healthy, as we
Right.
can see. So it ain't just, oh, I got the super team and we gonna just, it don't go like that.
Correct. And like
So
now, so somebody's gonna get a championship, right?
yes,
Uh,
sir.
that most likely they wouldn't have won because the Nets was gonna get it. So now you got the Clippers, um, and
Son,
we'll touch on them in a few minutes. Suns, and now you got the Bucks and either Atlanta or 76ers, which man, I think the Bucks got a clear path to the finals.
no argument there, no pushback. That's exactly what I
Yeah,
said.
and look at it like this: if Bucks would have lost, that coach is gonna lose his job. So that just show you just how one
Man,
win can now he probably get an extension or something. So it's
hey, it goes even deeper, T. So that was maybe, I think he was maybe, let's just say 2 inches short. He didn't.
right,
It was right on the money. If it was like 2 more inches further,
right,
that coach would have lost his job. Brooklyn Nets would have won the championship. You see what I'm saying?
right.
2 inches changes the whole thing, man.
2 inches changes over. It wouldn't even went to overtime because that would have
You're
been a
right.
three.
I forgot about that. You're right.
So yeah, man, it just show you just how sports is, and you know people ridicule other players, but man, it takes the perfect storm for you to get that championship. I gotta say I was wrong, man. I talked about Cliff last week or the week before, and man, they pulled it out. I know Jazz had some injuries, but man, they pulled it out even without Kawhi. Shout out
Man,
to boy, Terrence Mann, uh,
man.
Seminole man. So he did his thing, Florida State alum. So what he put up 39.
Yep.
So you gotta have those type of players. That's one thing that hurt at the Nets. That Joe Harris, man, he was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he disappeared, man.
He disappeared. So, uh, man, it's like Chris Paul just, golly, man, that dude, yeah, he gotta
Bad
be,
luck, man.
yeah. Hopefully, I think he out today, right?
Yes, sir. He's out.
Hopefully, he can get back for game two, man. That's another thing. See how this thing kind of setting up to where, you know, if Kawhi not playing, I think the Suns can do something. But
I
Clippers
think,
need,
but without Paul, I don't see it.
yeah, no, they need Paul. I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
meant to
yeah,
say Paul, but yeah, the Clippers are deep.
yeah.
But man, it's shaping up for Chris Paul. But man, he just,
Man.
what are you doing? Like how you around people with COVID? What are you doing? Like I don't know, man. It's like the NBA don't like him. Something.
It's like every time he gets to where he's almost about to get there, he gets hurt. And now this time he's healthy. Well, he's hurt, but he's been playing through it. And now, of all things, he gets COVID.
He gets COVID. I
Well,
don't know if he got COVID or if he
yeah. He
was he
tested positive.
around. Oh yeah, that's right. He had to. Yeah, you're right
Yeah, he
about that.
tested positive. Let's just leave it at that.
Lord, man. So I know that brother got to be upset. They probably was hoping for the Clippers to go 7 at least, so that get him a couple more
Right,
days. So,
right. I just think, and I'm gonna ask you your thoughts now. I mean, the teams we both picked were wrong. I picked the Lakers. Obviously, they've been gone. You had the better shot. Now they gone. Brooklyn Nets. Well, I think, and I hate to say it, I, I think it's kind of shaping up. It was looking like it was shaping up for the Suns, but with him being out on this one, they're not sure if he's gonna play game two either. They said so.
mm,
I don't know, man. I think the Clippers might take it all.
man, I kind of I kind of like what the Bucks did, man. I think that there's nobody in the playoffs like Kevin Durant, right?
Right.
And I think that Giannis is gonna be a problem,
Man,
man.
that's there was
I,
somebody he can score whenever he wants to.
yeah, he gonna be a problem. Now, I don't know what's up with Kawhi, and Kawhi did play him good, when he was with Toronto in that series.
Right.
But
You got to be
man,
healthy though.
I don't think Kawhi's the same guy as he was back then either. So on a nightly basis, you know what I'm saying? Like to
I
just
agree.
do that, yeah. So,
I agree.
uh, but yeah, we're gonna see, man. It's gonna be interesting. We in what almost in July, so camp's gonna get going here in probably late August. So it's getting right, man. It's getting right. It's
Yes, sir. Who you gonna pick? So you think it's gonna be the Bucks?
I think the Bucks, man. I would love for Chris Paul to get one if he can come back, but so yeah, yeah. Shit, Al, man. What did you learn today?
Man, let's see what I learned today. I learned that somehow, some kind of way,
All right, see where this going.
this guy. So I guess you can actually sleep with a man and not know. That's what I learned.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's possible, but hey,
Hmm. Uh,
So I learned a man can sleep with another man and not even know that until the second time he's about to sleep with him.
yeah. Somewhere I heard that he had got a little top the first time, so
Oh,
and that's why I was like, you know, that's why I was like, hey, I understand women into that, but just that's all you want some top, and I I can see if you in the car or something, but you at the crib. Oh, we going a little bit more than some top, but hey,
I
to
don't
each
care
his
if it's in the
own.
car. See, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I don't care if it's in the car.
no doubt, no doubt. We can work it out. So, man, what I learned today was that 2 inches does make a difference. 2 inches makes a difference.
Pause.
Yeah, pause, big pause, man. So, man, we had Dub on, and he had some, I guess, technical problems, and but we appreciate him for just coming in, and I know he out there in San Antonio. So,
Wow.
shout out to Dub, shout out to Al. Happy Father's Day again, and happy Father's Day to everybody listening. Man, check us out. Uh, like, share, subscribe everywhere. We everywhere, man. So, I know Al doing this thing at work. So, man, we gonna get out of here. Happy Father's Day edition of the Sip Slow podcast, and as always, man, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, man, and we appreciate it. So we gonna sip slow. We're gonna live fast.
Yes, sir.